Number 9. They start off easy. I would replace tangent as what? You want this to cancel, right? So you're going to do sine. Tangent is sine over cosine. What happens? What are you going to show me now? Those cancel and you have easy. Next one. $11. What do you do? Whoops, not 1 over. Second one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Cosine x times 1 over cosine x. What happens? They cancel. You get 1 equals 1. Next one. 13. What's another name for tangent? What's another name for secant? What happens to the sines? You have 1 over cosine. What's another name for 1 over cosine? Why did I put a C? You will notice that the more of these you do, you'll get better and better and better at it. Number 15. What should we replace tangent with? Tangent is sine over cosine. What's secant equal to? 1 over cosine. Now, if you flip and multiply, what do you have? What cancels? What's left? Easy? Okay, 17. What is this one asking you to do? Foil. Can you foil this for me? What do you get? What's 1 times 1? What happens to the next 2? Why do they cancel? And what is 1 minus cosine squared? You know why? Yep. Right there. Okay, 27, a lot of people want to factor this, but we're not going to factor it because you're not going to end up, you want to try and get these equal to the tangent and cotangent. So we're going to mess around with these formulas right here, these two. So you're going to just pick one side. It doesn't matter what side you work with. But I'm going to keep them here like that. And you're going to just start replacing. So you want to, let's just start here. What's another name for secant? What's another name for secant? What is it? This is 1 plus tangent, right? Minus. What's another name for,
I thought it was 1 minus tangent.
right here? Secant squared is 1 plus tangent squared. This is equal to 1 plus tangent squared. And then cosecant squared is equal to what? Cotangent squared plus 1. What does this subtraction tell you to do? Distribute. Anyone see something? The ones cancel, and what's left?
Your answer.
How about that?
Good job.
That's what you wanted. Questions? Now, there's not one right or wrong answer. You can do it different ways, so that's the bad thing about this section is it's not one straight way. Someone might do something different. I'm just giving you one of a suggestion, and I'm just picking it off the top of my head. This one. Whenever I see two separate terms, and then I see them trying to turn it into one product, I get a common denominator on those ones. That's my strategy. So tangent is sine over cosine.
Why is that
So-
1 over sine?
Huh?
Why is that 1 over sine?
Yeah, why did you just do that?
1 over sine.
You change sine squared x into 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the other way around.
It's okay.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay, what's your common denominator? What's the common denominator? Cosine squared. So this is okay. We need to multiply this by cosine and this by cosine. So you have cosine squared x times sine squared. So what you have here is you have cosine squared x times sine squared x minus sine squared x all over cosine squared x. Do you see something you can factor out of here? What can you factor out of here? Okay, now we're almost there. Check out what you need. Now this is a product. You can break this up. What is sine squared x over cosine squared x?
Tangent squared x.
What is it?
Tangent squared.
Tangent squared. So these two right here, that's equal to tangent squared. And this looks familiar. Does anyone know what that is?
Sine squared x.
It's not sine squared,
But,
it's backwards. Check this out.
Okay.
It's this, you could change this, you could make this formula negative sine squared x is equal to cosine squared x minus 1. Did everybody see that? I multiplied all this by negative 1. So you can substitute, this could be equal to negative sine squared x, and there you are. You're at negative sine squared x times tangent. So this is equal to negative sine, and I ran out of room, so normally you work vertically, but for me to not use another sheet of paper, it's gonna be tight. So this is equal to negative sine squared x, and then sine squared over cosine squared is tangent squared. And we're done. Okay, next one. Let's do some substituting here. What can we substitute? Cosine squared x minus 1 is what is this equal to?
Negative sine squared x.
This is negative sine. I'll go with that. What's tangent squared x?
The
Secant squared x?
secant squared.
Yep,
Minus 1.
Next, anyone see something? What's that equal to?
Secant, or 1 minus secant squared. Yeah. Okay.
How about that? Don't make it harder. And then what's this equal to? Negative sine squared x over cosine squared. And what's that equal to? We're done. Negative tangent. Did you get it? Okay, 35. I think on this one I'd work on the right side. This one shouldn't be too hard. What do you get? What's cosecant, or secant, sorry. What do you do now? Flip it and multiply, and what do you get? Easy? Ooh, this is the difference of two perfect squares. You're gonna start on this side. How do you factor that side? This is an easy one. What we should do next? We're done.
Yeah, can't you just cross that out?
Yeah. This is equal to 1, right? Sine squared plus cosine squared is 1. Done. This one I would get a common denominator. I would turn this, see this one right here? I would make this 1 over cosine over 1 over sine. So what does this equal before you even touch this? This is equal to tangent, right? Guess what this is equal to? Sine x over cosine x. If you flipped and multiplied it. What's sine x over cosine x?
Tangent.
What's tangent x times plus tangent x?
2 tangent x.
That wasn't too hard. Last one. What do you do here?
Substitute.
Yep. Make this 1 over cosine. Okay, now, you got a lot of algebra here. What you're gonna wanna do, and you may need a separate sheet of paper, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit this all on, but you're gonna get a common get these together. And then you're gonna get these two together. So, what's your common denominator, and I don't care if you just do it right here. What would you multiply both of these by and then both of these by? This by sine, 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 and this by cosine, cosine. So can you do that for me and then add it together? You get sine plus cosine over sine x cos multiplied. then over. Now, can you make this get a common denominator here? What would you turn 1 into so you can add it to this? Make this cosine x over cosine x. So if you made that cosine over cosine, you'd have cosine x plus sine x. I know.
I thought it was just.
And then you have over cosine x. And I'm gonna run out of room. So
I'm
I'm
never
gonna-
gonna.
Yeah, I'm on that. I'll look it up.
Okay, tell me what to do next.
Cancel stuff.
I don't even know you.
Cancel what out?
Cosine x.
Well, first let's flip and multiply.
Oh my god.
So you have sine x plus cosine x over sine x times cosine x. You're gonna flip this, right?
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not.
I can't.
I know, I'm sorry.
You don't need the locker.
There's
Tell me what to do.
cancel.
Cancel.
You guys,
Sine,
I don't know.
plus an x crosses out.
Yeah.
no whining.
Cancel.
Okay, what cancels?
Top one left and bottom right.
Everything but sine x.
What else cancels?
Cosine x.
Over sine x.
What is another name for 1 over sine x?
Cosecant.
It always goes